See, I knew you couldn't stay away. Welcome back to the channel. And you know, when I first started this channel, I said, listen, I may as well start a channel because I'm always working on something. And today, again, I know you're probably sick and tired of it. I'm gonna be working on the Kia, but you know, there might be somebody out there that's like, hey, I need to do my front struts. So that's what we're gonna do today. And here's the reason why. You might have saw in, like, if you're interested in any of my stuff, you saw in like the last videos, this thing's chewing up front tires because the camber is way off. And probably the reason why is because the springs are relaxed in this thing. It's got 107, it's close to 180,000 miles on this thing. So I was told by a good friend of mine, Dennis, that, you know, he's a certified mechanic, that, you know, they recommend like 100, or not 100, but like 60,000 miles that springs are pretty much toast. These are original Kia springs in this thing. So we're gonna take a look. You can see, it might be hard on camera to look at this thing and see it, but you can see the camber way off. Now, in order for this thing to pass inspection, I already got it, it's passed, but I had to put new front tires on this thing. Already, I've got maybe 150 miles on this thing because I have not had a chance to get it in here to get these quick struts on. You could see that the tires are already getting chewed up. So I have to get this done, but let's take a look. Let me flip you around here. I'm not sure if you could see it on camera, but check that out. You could see that camber. Look at that. All right, so I mean, it's really sunny out today. We're getting like an Indian summer here going on. That is bad. It's really bad, so I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to pick that up on camera, but yeah, it's, you know, that's the, you know, I do have the steering that way a little bit, but yeah, it's like that. So anyway, we're gonna get this old girl. I wanna make this last as much as I can. And of course, now we're getting this side starting here. This here, I'd like to maybe take care of this. I never really checked this side out because you never really look on this side. And I'm like, oh, this side's missing too. It really wouldn't take me much to fix this. You know, make new panel and fabricate it and weld in some new stuff here. That would really save the car. And take the bumper off and fix this here. So you're probably thinking, why? What's the point? Well, why not make it last? That's the point. So we're gonna get the car in. I got my struts here. We'll get them on the bench, and what I always say, yeah, we gotta check them out and make sure that they're the right ones and stuff, but I don't know. I don't really know if they're the right ones or not. They look like it. Bought them on eBay, and 116 bucks for the both of them. Quick struts, springs, shock, everything. Hopefully it should be pretty simple. I don't want to be out here all weekend doing this. Anyway, let's get stuff ready and get the car pulled in. Okay, it's up in the air, and I don't know if you saw it, but it was probably really hard to see on camera when I picked it up off the ground. You know, the camber was, well, I'm doing it the wrong way, but it picked it up and the wheel went like that and then went up. Probably hard to see on camera, but yeah. So anyway, it's up off the ground, so let's go ahead and get the wheels up. Hercules. Well, I mean, looks good. I'm gonna go ahead, and the good news is that the sway bar links are like brand new, so those should come off easy. Usually if they're still good, the problem is they spin and you end up having to cut them off. So those should come off no problem. Everything else, I'm gonna go ahead and hit everything with some PB Blaster. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you, for being a New York State car. So gonna go ahead and grab some penetrating oil, spray everything down, let it sit for a bit, not too long. I don't have time to wait. And just start loosening everything up. And the good news is everything looks like it should fit, and just start hammering away at it. So let's go ahead. Well, there's no time like the present to get started. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna bust out the Hercules because these are pretty frozen in there. These are gonna be like the hardest bolts to get out of this whole job. And I'm not gonna be able to get the Hercules in the wheel well. So what I did was I unlocked the steering column with the key and turned this, okay? So now I can get my impact in here, okay? And then when I go to the other side, I'm gonna turn the wheel to the left. And as you can see, I'll be able to get I'll use the little guy to show you, but I'll be able to get my impact in here now. Because before it was this way, and you can't get the tool in there with the extension and all that. So that's just a little trick. And also, when I do wanna mention, when you're doing something like this, what you're gonna wanna do when you have your socket on, you might want to, here's the key, what you want to do. You want to make sure, if you can, to get the guy that you're going to be ratcheting on the nut and not the bolt side, because you don't have as much meat on this side as you do this side. So you're going to want to hold this guy and rat-a-tat-tooey this side, okay? So it's just so that you're gonna have more of a chance of stripping this guy out with all the ratchet motion. Really, for anything, you wanna make sure that you're doing most of your motion on your nut, because you have more meat on them, okay? That's kind of like a little tech tip. Okay, let's get started on this. Hopefully, I know the Hercules can bust it off of there, but hopefully it won't break. It's pretty big, but hopefully it won't break and like strip out anything. Let's give it a shot. Hercules has saved the day. Thank you, Kung Fu Freight, because there's no way I would have been able to get that off. I mean, I probably would have eventually, but when I was trying to do it with a wrench, I could feel the, what is it, like the AC 1, 2, and 3 and the S1 joint and my sacroiliac joints in my back starting to bend and compress and break and turn into pretzels, because I never would have been able to do it without that. Even Hercules was struggling a little bit. So now I can like take a little, well, probably bigger than that, but now I can take, eventually I could take one of my hammers and tap that. Just give it a little tap. Tap, tap, taparoo. If I could find my hammers. Okay, I got a hammer. Now I can tap these bolts out. They are stuck in there really good. I'll PB blast those again. But anyway, for now I'm gonna go ahead and loosen everything else up and then lube everything up and spray it. I'm gonna go to the other side and start loosening that stuff up too. What I was gonna do is just replace this side so that I can like show you, but I'm not gonna do that because this was so tough to do. I'm gonna loosen everything up, get everything out, and take everything out. It's really simple, so it's not like I'm gonna forget how to do it, you know? So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove everything on this side and that side. So let's just get to it. Welcome to New York State, home of salt and rust. That bolt should pop right out. And I've used the Hercules to try and spin it back and forth. And I've been beating on it. And thank goodness, I'll show you the other bolt here. As you can see, it has sort of a cone shape, so you can sort of a finder hole orientation thing on it. Because the one on this side is totally beat to heck, because it won't pop out because it's so rusted, and I know it's just all caked with that white death stuff. So I think I'm gonna have to take a pipe and a sledge, like a big sledge, and pound it. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to do this and get it out. So, and I'm just gonna soak the other side while I'm doing this. I'm gonna keep going over there and soaking the heck out of that. So I'm gonna do that right now and just hope that this one, yeah, this is already dried up. Hope that maybe this will not fight me as much. And just keep doing that. And you know, everything else came apart pretty easy. I just knew that this was gonna do this. I knew it. I knew it. Nothing could be easy. Nothing could be simple. So, all right, yeah, enough complaining. I'm gonna go get that piece of pipe. I've tried everything. I can't get it out. I've tried heating it up. I've tried beating it up. I've tried chisels. Tried to open that up. it's just welded itself in there and it's just rusted in there. So I'm gonna try to cut some things out, and just kids, don't try this at home. I am not a professional.
Grinding gears, sparks ignite, hands of iron, power's might, nuts and bolts, tighten grip, burning steel, smoke and spit. Steel hammers, metal cries, relentless force, never dies. Welding flames, searing heat, forging life in steel's beat. Born of fire, born of pain, sweat and blood, forge again. Machines roar, powers thrown, metal hearts, work unknown. Copper eaves and coffee, oil and gears. Copper eaves and coffee, have no more fears. Hydraulic press, crushing weight, industry's call, steel's fate, molten rivers, shape anew, iron will, pushing through, rusted chains, breaking free, steel resolve, destiny, iron grit, no retreat, mechanical might, incomplete, oil joints, grinding rust, relentless drive, endless thrust, pistons pound, relentless drive, metal beasts, come alive, born of fire, born of pain, sweat and blood, forge again, machines roar, powers thrown, metal hearts, work unknown, copper eaves and coffee, oil and gears, copper eaves and coffee, have no more fears.
I just ate hand sanitizer. Don't ask. All right, so let me give you like what's going on. I'll tell you here. So I tried cutting some stuff, right? And then I had like a little mishap. I cut a little bit of the boot on the CV shaft. Like a little, just a little, okay? Just like a little teeny tiny nick where it put a hole in it. So I'm putting RTV on it, blip, little blip, and hoping. Listen, I told you I wasn't a professional. Like, listen, you know, I make a boatload of mistakes. That's what editing is for. So anyway, I have it like drying. All right, so it's not really little. I'll show it to you. I'm going to show it to you. Usually I edit it, but I'm going to show it to you. Here on Carburetors and Coffee, we are human. So like, look, okay, it's pretty big. So this is gasket maker crud stuff that I used on the transmission thing. And so that's drying. I like kept smushing it in. And the idea is for like a buildup inside, right? Then I'm going to take black RTV and like let it smush around the outside. And that's going to be my fix, okay? So, you know, I was like overzealous with my disc. And then I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. I can't stand it anymore. It just wouldn't come out. So I took the brake line off. I closed it off and I lost some brake fluid. I can let this gravity bleed. I do that all the time. I'm like, what? I do this all the time. See, the problem is I couldn't get a big hammer in here to beat this bolt out good enough. I was taking like a pipe and doing it this way, and I was hitting my hand and everything. So I really couldn't get good leverage on it. So finally, I mean, grinding on it helped because I got a lot of heat in here. But finally, I was able to beat the heck out of it, and then it popped out. So here we are. That's what happened. I was able to get it out, and here it is. Let's take it out. Let's turn this off because maybe you can't hear me that good. I'm telling you, it's hot out today. All right, let's take a look. So basically, you know, it wasn't, it wasn't like, you know, this part that was holding it. It was on the car part that was holding it. And I put wedges in here and, you know, chisels and opened it up. I did get some PB Blast down in here, but as you can see, it's still pretty dry in there, where I just had to manhandle it out of there. But this is New York State for you. It was so hard to getting this out of here. And you know, when I did look at this before, when I was doing these lower control arms, and I looked at this, I was like, you know, that could go two ways. It could be easy, it could be hard. So who knows? And it's hard. Top one is easy. It's this bottom one. So I'm gonna go ahead and go and do this, get all these bolts out and see what happens with this one. You know, this has been soaking a little bit longer, but I bet you I'm gonna have the same problem here. But this time, I'm a little wiser this time. I'm just gonna get this out and beat the heck out of this one too. And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm already pretty fatigued. If you guys don't know, I have like really bad arthritis in my spine, so I get pretty tired quick. And yeah, so far everything looks good as far as like these being the same. And you know, you can't tell a difference like when they're bad. So you're not going to be able to see like, oh, this one's collapsed or anything, but I kind of already, I actually do see a difference already. What I did notice is like, if I do that, no, you don't notice a difference, but I'm telling you right now that I could already see that this is just, you know, these springs after a while, the tension in the metal just collapses and stuff. So it wasn't so much the shock absorber that I was having, you know, it wasn't like a bouncy ride. It's just obviously the spring is shot. So yeah, let me see. Do I have this on the right side? Where's my clippy do? Yeah. Oh, I cut it off. I forgot. I cut it off. Yeah. All right. So this is the guy that's going to be going on the passenger side, and then I got this one over there for that dedicated side already. So, all right, let's go ahead and start getting this all undone. way, I'm fixing to do my favorite part of these maintenance things, whatever you want to call them. And that is cleaning up the bolts and cleaning up the surfaces, the mating surfaces of these things. Here's what I got to do. Clean this up, this surface. Clean inside these holes. Same thing on the other side. Clean all this garbage up. Everything. Clean the bolts up. Oh, by the way, this was the one that was stuck. Look at that end. It's a little shorter now. But look at the corrosion. Right here is obviously where it was, all the retention was from. But yeah, so I will wire brush all this garbage. I'm going to have to replace this one. I think I have a bunch of these. These I can just throw out because I got new ones of those, hopefully. Yeah, right there. And then of course for this side, I'm not going to show all that garbage on camera. You guys have seen that tons of times with me whipping through that stuff. But so what I think I'm going to do is, I'm all crusty and dirty now. I think I'll get that done tonight. And then, because I am just whooped, man, I need my evening coffee. How about you? And get this all clean and then start fresh tomorrow with new stuff ready to install. Sound good? Welp, it's done. The torque specs on the big bolts are 65 foot-pounds, and then I had to kind of guess. One of them is torque to 16, and then I had to kind of feel and guess because you can't get a torque wrench on the other ones. So it is what it is, and I just kind of guessed. I was like, yes, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. So anyway, it's done, and what I'm noticing now is it's toe out. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is coffee talk without coffee because it's disgustingly cold. I don't do iced coffee, I don't do cold coffee, I don't do lukewarm coffee. And anyway, let's take a look. Let me show you. Okay, so I've got it pretty much as straight as I can possibly get it in the car, the steering wheel. And as you can see, this side's turned this way. This side is turned this way big time. Let me show you the from the behind view. It's really hard to note. Look at this. I mean, it's kind of hard to notice on camera, but in person, it's real bad. Let's go on the other side. This side isn't as bad. This side is wicked bad. Let's get it down on the ground, and hopefully at least it's gonna be, the tires are gonna be sitting level, and then it's gonna obviously need an alignment. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. I was kind of hoping I would get away without doing a $100 alignment. So let's get it down, drop it, and see what happens. Hopefully the tires are gonna sit level instead of like that. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Well, I can already tell that it looks way better. I think what we'll do is we'll get it outside, we'll back it out, and then you'll be able to see. It's just gonna need an alignment. That toe out has gotta go in and get straightened out. So now it's got, brand new lower control arms. The steering rack is new, lower control arms, sway bar links, and then now these. So it needs an alignment. So let's back this thing out, and then I'll show you. You'll have a better look at it. Okay, now that it's out, the front end sits up way higher. It almost looks like a gasser because the back end's kind of not sitting up as high, but that's because it needs to settle in. I need to drive it around and get things settled in, and it's sitting really well. The tires are sitting flat, and you can actually see where the tires are worn out, and they're sitting like this to the road now, where they're worn away. Those tires only have about 150, maybe 200 miles on them. That's how bad it was. But let me show you a better view. Okay, so you can take a look here. You could see, I don't know if you could see it, but I can tell the difference already. It's sitting up way better. I mean, look at the gap. Like I said, it just got off the lift and I haven't driven it yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it for a drive, come back and let you know how it handles, and I'm gonna let you know if it's quieter because it's been riding on these outer treads and it sounds like a dirt bike on the road, but check it out. I mean, it's sitting up higher in the front than it is in the back, but I'm also on a little incline. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my license and shut everything down in here because I'm done for the day, but I'm just gonna take it for a spin. The more I don't like, it's not that I like working on it, but the more I work on it, the more that I just want to keep that thing going and keep it saved. You might have noticed a noise. That is the AC compressor making a noise. So that needs to get replaced. You might have saw where I was putting the lower valance back on. That's because I was trying to look and see how difficult of a job that's gonna be. It doesn't look fun. The radiator might need to come out in order to get at that. So yeah, that's what I was doing with that. I will take it for a spin and then just give you a quick update. That's gonna wrap this up. Listen, if you're down south, this job's way easier. Way easier. There's another guy that did this on his car. You could tell he was from the south. You're not gonna need to slather your car in anti-seize like the way that I do. I just wanna know that if I ever have to like work on this car again, the bolts are gonna come out. Did you see when I did those tie rods, sway bar links, I mean? It came right off. That's because I did, anti-seize and the lug nuts. So, all right, I'm gonna take it for a burn. Okay, so I'm driving along here and it drives really good. It's handling really well. It doesn't pull left or right. The only thing that is wrong now with it is the steering wheel is off center just a little bit. It's in order to go straight, it is just to the left. Well, I don't have to do that. The steering wheel is just that way. I'm gonna pull over here, show you, see if the suspension has settled down. I drove about 4 miles or so. Let's check this out. So it's really sunny, and if you look over here behind me, this is an old decommissioned dump, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'll show you. There's a hot air balloon. So that guy's name is Dwight. Really nice guy. He is a local guy that does hot air balloon rides. Now, will you get me up in one of those things? Absolutely not. Nope. Will you get me in an airplane? Oh yeah. A little airplane? Oh yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the car. I don't know. It's kind of looking like it's doing it, actually. I don't know. Check this out. I don't know. To me, it looks like it sank again. Yeah, it's doing it again. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Can you see that? It's so weird. All right, well, I'll take it into my buddy and see what he thinks. He said he can egg out the bolt holes and slide those in because there's no adjustment on these things. All right, well, that brings an end to this video. I will keep you posted. Maybe do a update on this and let you guys know if you're having this trouble, and then go from there. But anyway, I appreciate you watching and tuning in, and that's how these things go sometimes. But okay, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.